Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with John here at Pro Craps. We're going to kick it right off. I'm going to YOLO right out of the gate. So if you get here late in the mornings, you're going to miss the YOLO throw because that's how we're going to kick things off. So I'm going to jump out here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm really going to YOLO this thing more hardcore than normal. So the first day we did this, right, we started out with a $2,000 bankroll. I bought in for $7,000 and did 6,400 across, right? What I'm going to do, I think, is YOLO the one shot still, but 2 days in a row we had a field number or a horn number, I think, right? And didn't get paid up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to YOLO with my entire profit every single time. We're going to try and jack this thing up. So let's take our profit and see how far we can burn this as well. Once we get up to $7,000 in profit, I'm going to burn the whole thing. Every time and really try and bump this thing up. So let's get out here for $7,200 or 6,000. 6,000. I need 400 to cap those things off, and let's drop the $400 in the field. So we're going to go out for the full baloney here is going to be out, and we'll see if we can't get the one roll. And this way, at least on a field number, we'll get covered. If it's a inside number, we'll get burned for $400 unless it's a 9, of course. And so our net will be 1,000 instead of 1,400, but I want to not waste that roll coming out. So it's like a power cross over here. So here we go. Again, just walking up, buying in. Don't care if you guys are in the middle of a roll or not. I'm going to be that guy. And we're just going to run up here and get a number and see if our shooter can save our bacon. And the dice are off the table on that first roll. So that's a little scary. Dice are off the table. We're gonna go ahead and spec that die, make sure that it's legit. I think it's okay. It says Hawaii Crap Shooters on it, so I don't know. Actually, I've got a Hawaii Crap Shooters die and a color up die, which is kind of weird. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a number. Come on, shooter. Keep them on the table first thing in the morning, and we have a 3, 2, 5. Okay, so we lose our 4, but we're gonna win 1,400 on that 5 and live to fight one more day. So far we've YOLO'd 3 times and we're good, right? We're gonna pull all this back down, tell our doer thanks for all the memories. And our bankroll now, if we look at our profit stack, we've got 3,500, $3,800 in profit, which ain't bad in 3 days work. So I'll be okay with that for tomorrow's YOLO. So we're still doing all right. The daily YOLO is good. We're making money 3 days in a row. Now, you know we're going to lose. We're going to lose one of these times. And it's going to burn me for 6K. Hopefully we can get that YOLO to pay off at least 4 or 5 times before we get hammered on it and be able to walk out with profit. What I really want to get to, though, where we've earned in profit 7,000 or more, so we can do the YOLO with all profit, and then every day go out there with 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and just really run those things to the freaking roof. So that will be pretty cool. Anyway, so there's that. Let's jump into today's content. All right, our announcements got bigger because there's some things happening, right? DiceCon, as you know, coming up soon. What are you gonna do, everybody, when I stop talking about DiceCon every day? It's gonna be boring for you in the mornings, but we're going. Get there, get signed up. I think I can't announce it now. I think Jeremy had some dice for sale. I think they're all gone. So they sold out quick, custom color up dice. Craps Chat this Sunday. I got this thing labeled wrong. I'm sorry, but Craps Chat is going to be Sunday the 3rd. This Sunday coming up at 9 Eastern. Jeff is working through some show ideas. I don't know what he's going to do yet. He hasn't really announced like what the topic's going to be, but I can tell you this: we've talked internally. Jeff and Skill are, by the way, putting in. You have no idea the amount of work that these two put into the show to get it working and right and all figured out. And Jeff with the technology, getting all that stuff to work is a lot of work. But he's looking for some show ideas. We talked about it. Oh, glasses glare. Sorry. We talked about it over in the Discord channel yesterday. So again, if you're not on Discord, get signed up. CasinoGaming.tv. And we talked about some ideas, and one of the things I brought up an idea of, hey, would it be cool to get like a tour of everybody's home setup? Because I know most of y'all have either your own channel or you got your home practice gym for craps or whatever you're doing. be cool to like send pictures and have Jeff do like a collage of like everybody's stuff. And then somebody brought up, well, a better idea than that would be to have everybody show their chips, because a lot of folks collect chips, and some people got these really beautiful like wall, like picture frames with like chips in them, right? So it'd be kind of cool, like for folks who do collect chips or have your own tables to kind of share with Jeff, and then have Jeff and Skill and I and whoever else on the panel just kind of talk about what you got. I think it's cool. Chip collecting is really a cool thing. A kind of a side dream of mine is, I've been collecting chips for a long time, but dollar chip from every casino that I go to. I think a lot of people do that. The last 2 times I went, I took blacks home. And I'm like, I'm gonna make me one of those wall things with all the chips, but they're all gonna be blacks. I'm gonna go and win enough money where a black chip doesn't matter, and bring a black chip home and display a bunch of blacks. So that's kind of a life dream, and have like 100 of those things up there someday. So that's kind of a cool thing. So if you've got chips that you collect, or chips of your own that you've made or whatever, or a home gym setup, maybe that's going to be the topic for Sunday's Craps Chat. Of course, the normal stuff will be talked about there, and those shows are great for all of that. But Jeff and Skill asked me to ask you to really get you all involved. Like, we want people to talk with us. It's so much fun to have, have you folks on the show with us. It's great. Quick question here from Midmo. Yeah, do I sell dice? No, I don't sell dice. We get them. So Jeremy buys them from the same place that the casinos buy them from, and also the folks at Craps Nation. Sleepy 2525 does the dice for Craps Nation. That's where my white dice came from. They buy them from a company called Midwest Gaming. Now, Midwest Gaming sells the actual laser perfect dice to the casinos, but you got to buy a box of 100 sticks of dice. So it's like $2,500 to buy a box of dice. It ain't cheap. And that's why we buy them, or Jeremy buys them, and then we sell them, because we got to pay for the box of dice, because you can't just buy a stick. You got to buy all the sticks. So they're expensive to do. So that's why when they come up, like Jeremy has some, you got to jump on those pretty quick. What I've been doing, frankly, is when I go to the casinos, because I bought a bunch of Amazon dice to get started with my table, and they're not the same. You can really tell the difference, weight and everything else. So what I've been doing is going, every time I go to the casino, I grab a handful out of the bucket when I go to the gift shop. I do my thing. I go to the gift shop. I buy 5 or 6 pairs of those. They're like $1 a pair at the casinos. Get those, and they're actually off the tables. They're lightly used because the casinos get rid of those things every 8 hours or so. So that's the best way to get dice for your table. Go to your casino gift shop and buy a bunch. The ones that we buy from like Jeremy and stuff, they're cool, but they aren't cheap. You're normally paying about $25 a stick for those things, and they get beat up pretty good on your table. So there's that. Anyway, what else is coming up here tonight? Live Fantasy Craps. Arnell and Craps Nation guys, they're figuring out now how to get the stream going from Arnell's table to Casino Gaming TV. So now on our channel, this channel, Casino Gaming, tonight, I think on Sunday mornings they're doing it, where they're playing 5 or 6, or I think they had 10 guys last week, all playing, cameras on their tables, they're throwing the dice, they're all betting with each other, kind of thing. Not a team play, not a competition, just practice basically. But they film the whole thing. It's awesome. So tonight at 5 o'clock on this channel, you can watch Live Fantasy Craps with a lot of the folks, right? Ed from Roll to Win, and Arnell's going to be there. There's a few others that kind of pop in and pop out, names you probably recognize. So it's kind of cool to watch them play. What's coming up here on this channel is going to be more talk about the tournament / heads up play. And in fact, I asked you all yesterday, please come out to the Discord and let's talk about how we can do this thing. And of course, everybody came scurrying. We had 5 or 6 people in there really talking about how we're going to do our heads up craps. And I'm going to show you the results of the talk yesterday here in a minute. Well, and I want to spend some time this morning with you all talking through that. We can do some testing this week. I'm going to run a couple of strategies today just to kind of get a sense of how it looks for you, so you guys can see how it looks. We may even do a collective screen design as we're here. I'll explain that to you in a minute. But we're going to do some of that today. But really, I want to get into getting the rules for that thing locked down. So we're going to do that today, tomorrow, Friday here. Friday night, Jeff's going to do a live run, I think, of this with Skill and Luck and maybe Vince. They're going to do another live show with a real heads up kind of a thing. So that'll be kind of cool to see that. So we're going to watch a couple of days of it here with me, and then Jeff's going to go live Friday, and then maybe next week we can start the thing. We will see how that goes. And of course, your daily reminder, join me at the Discord. As you know, yesterday in Discord, we had a good time. But folks who came and chatted with us, we had a good time talking yesterday. So that was a cool thing. Looks like there's another weird delay with my computer's not running well. So there's a weird delay with my voice in the video. I'm sorry about that. But I'll be done talking soon and we can do real stuff. So let's talk about Friday Night Fights. So Jeff, we're working on the name of this thing, right? So Jeff did a thing the other night, last week, where I think it was him and Skill and Vince were out there playing, and they called it Friday Night Fights, which is great, like the old Friday Night Lights movie. I love that name. I was calling it, I had this idea a while back called Heads Up Craps, or Heads Up Bach, or Heads Up BJ, whatever. And the same concept, like two guys playing one another, just like Heads Up Poker used to be on TV. Well, his idea of Friday Night Fights sounds cool. I like the name of that a little better than Heads Up, but I think we can combine them and call it, Friday Night Fights, Heads Up, whatever. And I'll show you what I did in terms of a layout here in a minute. But that's kind of a cool working title for this thing. And we did talk about, if it's going to be called Friday Night Fights, we got to do it every Friday. And so part of these things have got to be, if we're going to do a show on Casino Gaming TV, and I'm going to peel back the onion for you here this morning. If we're going to do a show like this on this channel, it's got to be every week. So it's got to be either one person is going to run it every week, otherwise the show dies, right? Or we have a format to where multiple people can run it. So I could run it, Jeff could run it, Chris at Dice Degen, Chris at Sideshow, Mike at On Point. Somebody could run the thing every week different, maybe. Maybe that's the way to do it, is to have it rotating around. The issue with rotating around is that the look won't be the same every time. It's going to be a different screen view. And eventually you want to have consistency. So we're working through some of that kind of stuff, but I think the name is cool. I think Jeff doing it live last week was awesome. I think that it dovetails perfectly with what I had kind of thought. Then we got into Discord and we started talking about what are we going to do? How do you run this thing in any kind of way that makes any kind of sense? And it's going to be fun and people want to watch it. So here's what we come up with. First of all, we are 100% going to be King of the Mountain format, okay? Where it doesn't matter who goes first, right? Let's just say it's Waylon and Dantana, they go first, right? Whoever wins is on top of the mountain. And then the next player plays who's on top of the mountain. You just kind of go, go, go. You always play the person who's on top of the mountain. Winner stays on top of the mountain. And you're just going to do that forever until everybody has played once and there's one person left. And that's the winner of the whole thing. We've thought about having a way for losers to buy back in, which means you got to pay for it, right? Now, I'm not trying to make money off this thing, obviously, but Mike from On Point was saying, hey, what about the idea of having folks, like the entry fee to be in this thing is $25 donation to the National Council for Problem Gambling, or to the military, or some donation somewhere, either one that we pick or one that you choose on your own, and say, here, show us your receipt, you're in the thing. And if you lose, you can buy back in once. So that way, if we have 50 people in there, everybody drops $25 to a charity, right? The world gets better and we have a lot of fun. So that's an idea of maybe how to get it going and get it started. But that's the format. We kind of like the idea of King of the Mountain format instead of just your normal bracket, because the normal bracket is kind of like, I don't know. The normal brackets can be boring. The King of the Mountain, then you have like a common enemy. I think it's going to be kind of fun. So that was the first thing that we agreed on. The second thing that we agreed on was this. There's going to be a prize at the end, right? There's going to be a championship belt of some kind, right? I found this company called, what are they called? Ultimate Belt or some crap like that. Anyway, they make custom belts. So I'm 100% going to take the Casino Gaming TV logo, and I've got the Craps League kind of crest that I designed, and we're going to give it to these folks, and they're going to actually design us a belt, and we'll have like over here, you probably can't see my mouse. Oh, you can. Over here where these things are, let me actually draw on that for you. This thing over here, if you can see this, that's going to be like 2022 John, right? We'll put our names on it like the Stanley Cup, and we'll just kind of keep putting our names over there and making this belt kind of grow as we go. That's going to be wickedly cool. So that's going to be the thing. We'll transfer it from winner to winner, right? If you win the belt and you lose it the next year, you gotta mail it to the next person, and we'll kind of pass it around. I'll put a plate on it, and we'll get the names on there. So that's going to be kind of the thing we'll do there. As far as rules go, here's one thing we thought about, was having it be multi-round. So round one would be a standard tournament style thing, right? $750 bankroll, $10 minimum. Everybody agreed, at least so far anyway, in the Discord, that $10 minimum or 15 minimum would be the way to go, not 5. Only because most casinos are $10 minimum tables, and if we're going to be showing strategies, we should be doing them at the right normal level so that people who are playing along at home or are jotting notes down actually can see things played at the level they have to play them at. So $750 at $10, and that feels like, to me, you can do some go big and come down. You can do some build it. You can do, this is enough money to do a ladder, right? Waylon can play with $750 at $10 and ladder up. He's not going to run out of coin because it's a $200 minimum or $200 max, right? We'll have to decide on things like, I'll make it a screen here. We have to ask you all, so be ready to type in chat because we're going to need some help here. That's round 1. Let's say Waylon and Dantana go, and Dantana wins round 1. Well, that doesn't knock Waylon out. If you all played the game of horse, right? If you raise your hands, if you played horse, where you win horse, and at the last shot, right? I dunk, right? Because I'm so tall, I dunk, and then Waylon comes by and Waylon can't dunk. Waylon says, "Prove it," right? So now I got to prove that I can do that. I got to do the shot again, or whatever, or we start over again. The prove it round here is going to be this. The prove it round is going to be, we think, a shorty, right? $150, $25 minimum, 12 rolls, or maybe 10 rolls or something like that. Some limited number of rolls with a small bankroll and a huge minimum. So you really got to go after it on round 2 and prove that you won. So if person wins both rounds, game's over. That person's on top of the mountain. If the person who lost round 1 wins round 2, the tiebreaker round is going to be a YOLO round. And we don't know how to do this yet. We were just kind of talking about YOLO. It's not a one roll thing, but it's the bankroll you've got left after rounds 1 and rounds 2. That's the bankroll you start with. So there's no whatever. So if you get beat 750 to nothing in the first round and you win the second round 25 to nothing, all you got is $25 in the YOLO round. That's it. So that's going to be like you bring in what you brought to the last round. It's $25 minimum table, 6 rolls of the dice, and we're out. And that's the game. So it's 3 rounds that get progressively harder to play, depending on how you manage your money. So, up in here, you might want to be conserving funds, looking 2 rounds ahead. If you're going to lose up here, like if your guy's got $1,000 and you've got 500 and you've got 2 rolls left, you might just want to go $5, save yourself some money to play in round 3 versus trying to go all in. So I think it's going to make some interesting strategy decisions to do it this way. Now, these are suggestions. These are the ones that everybody liked. We all kind of were like, "Oh, that sounds cool." So I put them on here for you all to see today. I want you to think about these ideas, and do you like the ideas? Right? If you have a better idea, this is the time to start letting us know, or jump into Discord for sure and let us know. We can talk more about it over there. I don't know about this. I'm not 100% sure about the roll count. I don't know this right here, right? That's 40, 48, that's 54 rolls. That could take an hour, right? And I don't want this to go, I want to try and keep this, if we can, to 30 minutes per game. That could allow us to get 2 games in on a Friday, right? We'd love to have it be 30 minutes. There's going to be some BSing and some chat and that kind of thing. So a 30-minute target could lead an hour and a half show. We can do an hour and a half. We can't do 3 hours every Friday. So this might here need to be 20. And this right here might need to be the 6. And this might need to be a 3. Or maybe the sum total of all of them is 36. I don't know what the right numbering is of the number of rolls per round, but I want to keep it to 30 minutes. Jeff, that was a thing that Jeff said. We got to keep it to 30 minutes. You can't have me, and Skill too, right? Mrs. Skill wants him home, right? Wants Skill all to herself on Fridays. Can't do this every Friday for 3 hours. It's impossible, right? We're gonna all get in trouble with our spouses. So that said, there's the first set of ideas that we have as far as the formatting goes. Now, as far as rules go, we have to make some decisions here. So the rules are going to be like this. Where's the screen? Okay. I think my personal John opinion, no side bets, no ATS, no repeater bets, no pure luck bets, right? If you drop, 10, 10, 10 on the ATS and because the dealer is going to roll, right? The dealer is going to be the roller for this thing. that guy happened to get lucky and you happen to win on some weird lucky ass roll like that, I think that's wrong. My personal opinion is no side bets. Other ideas though that we have to think about. What other tournament specific rules do you want to have? A mulligan, maybe? Maybe a mulligan costs you a roll. Like if we're playing a 20 roll round and you want to do a mulligan on a shot, it's going to cost you the 20th roll. And you get one per game or something, right? So that way you can save one loss, but you gotta give up something in return. Maybe there's a way to steal the other person's money somehow. Maybe there's a way to, like, I don't know, some kind of a one roll bet where you call your shot or something, and if you call your shot, you get to take $100 from your opponent. Something like that, I think, could be fun to do. We need to think about this too. What is going to be? Let me write this on screen. What's going to be our table max? Right, for each of the bets. Is there a bet max for each, for the props? Is there a bet max for the table? What are going to be the odds? Right, those are things to think about for sure. And I think whatever we do here would not carry over necessarily. This would. The table max and the odds might carry over to team play. I don't know. But those are some questions that I've got just kind of on my mind. So if you've got ideas, drop them in chat. Preferably come to Discord after the show, and we'll talk more about it in Discord. I think there's a lot to think about when you're building a system like this, right? And this is going to, again, hopefully this will be a long-running thing. It's going to take us a hot minute to get through it, right? We're going to, like I said, we're going to practice it this week. Jeff's going to do a practice Friday. We might even practice it all next week again and get the format right, because I think it's important that it feels good. Timing-wise, it's not boring and all those things. So there's all that. Anyway, let's see what else is happening. Looking in the chats. If you have a thought in chat, by the way, give me a PC so I can see it. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of roll through. Yeah, so Jeff and I were talking yesterday about this, about what AZ does with his Joker's Wild thing. That's his thing, though, right? He's got those weird sets of rules. He does the thing where, you know, you super chat to get more roll or whatever, different odds and stuff. I want to make this, I don't want to step on his toes, number one, and make this and steal all of his ideas. I don't want to make it too nuts with the side bets. A couple here and there, some table rules I think make sense. But yeah, I think he does have some interesting ideas. But let's not try and rock that boat, because he's a great guy and I don't want to. This is not competition. This is just our own thing, right? All right, let's see here. What else can we talk about? Oh, I want to show you the table. Let me show you what this is going to look like. I'm going to go here. Heads up, craps, the gameplay. So this is what I did last night. Jeff, I've changed it since you saw it. I set it up like this on my table. And so if I was dealing it, sorry for all the crazy Johns in there. Imagine, if you will, let's make this one here, actually, this camera. We'll change it up to that camera. So at least I look different. Make that one, this one. Oh, and he's upside down. Yeah. We'll just do that. It doesn't matter. But imagine like this, where you had your dealer in the middle in the small camera, or the announcer, for that matter, and the two players up here and their racks kind of next to their picture. Okay, and here's the names of the folks below. I had this set up initially with your pictures over your names, and I didn't like how that looked, because if I do that, for example, if I unlock this, if I put this over here, now you can't see the landing zone, right? So I don't like the fact that you can't see the landing zone if I move the pictures closer to your name. That's why I put them over here like this. So that was my first idea on this. And the second idea that I had was this. What if we now I got room here above and below the table. I could add the roll tracker to this. Okay, so if we do the roll tracker, it'll take me a second to get that in here, but I'll help you design it. Let's put this here. Give me a second to set this up. What this is going to be. This will be primary display. This will be Firefox. Whoops. If I do this, maybe it won't let me drag it. I'm not sure what's going on. I got to do like that. Sorry for this. Give me a second here. Would be going, and again, I got to make it obviously a little bit prettier, like so. But what if we had that? What if we had the roll tracker going the whole time? It takes up room, right? You do this here and you lose what you call screen real estate. Now you got this in the way and you can't see the landing zone. I don't know if you like that or not. Do you like having the roll tracker going during the tournament like this? Is it important to see the rolls? You know, and it might be. If it's important to see the rolls, is it more important to see the roll tracker than it is to see the faces? Like, do you get rid of the faces in favor of the rolls? Would be a question that I would ask, right? The counter, or you can have the roll, you know, each roll as it goes. So there's a thing to consider here with what do you want to see on screen? Is the roll tracker a thing we need to see? Or would you rather just see people's faces, or nothing? I can make the whole screen the table, and we can just make the table a lot larger and call it like that. So you tell me what y'all think you want to see, but that's kind of, we have the options, and I can put this obviously wherever I want to. I can just drag this around and make it, you know, full screen and cover up a player or make the player's windows smaller, and we can do stuff like that. So yeah, I think people seeing people do this, you're joking about it, Chris, but I do think that people going, oh my God, what do I do here? That's going to be kind of fun to watch, right? I think we need to see their faces. Unless you don't want to be camera, then we can turn your camera off. But having the ability to see somebody, and again, the roll tracker, I don't know, it's cool, but it takes up space. And if I don't have it here, then the screen to me looks a little bit more clear and easier to follow, right? Especially if you're watching on your phone. I know a lot of you watch this on your phone, and you won't be able to see it. So I just, again, jump into Discord. Let's talk about it in Discord, what you all want to see in terms of the roll tracker or not. Do you want the table to be bigger and these things a lot smaller? Do you want to have these across the bottom? There's options here for sure. Matter of fact, we can actually, let me do this. I'll just give you the behind the scenes tour. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna switch to this. And let me show you what it would look like if I move these around. I'm gonna unlock all these things. Give me a second here. I can move this player here and make their window a little smaller, like so. Move that one over here. Again, pretend that it's not me, but it's somebody else. And they're just here and here. And the dealer would be in the middle and maybe really small, like that. And the table can get a little bit bigger, not too much bigger because you run out of room, but like this could be a way. And then we're overlapping a little bit into the table. You're still gonna lose the landing zone down here if we do it like this. Here you'd lose part of the prop bets. This guy here doesn't matter that much. That to me looks messier than this does. So I like this version better, but the table's smaller. So what do you all think about those two? Again, we can talk about in Discord which ones you like better. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go to roll this out. I'm gonna go to the table here and roll for a minute with this view on. Now you're gonna see me in all three camera views here. Which is unfortunate for you to see me 3 times. We can actually change one of them, I guess. I'll try and change it to this one. I don't know why it's upside down like that, but why is it upside down? It's so weird. This one here, no. I can fix it, but it shouldn't be that way. This should be Camlink 4K. There. So at least you have me from the front, me from the side. Just pretend that this is 2 different people, I suppose. This one here can be whatever, it doesn't matter. So let's go roll this out. And again, pretend that you're not seeing me over here. Pretend these are actual like other people, not named John. And we're doing this for real. So let's go and do a quick rollout. And I'm gonna play 2 players. And this is a good one, actually. These 2 strategies here are gonna be interesting strategies. Not because they're great strategies, but it tells a story of 2 players coming at the same table from opposite directions, right? This might be an interesting team play concept. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna do 20 rolls. And we'll do 5, 10, 15. Actually, we'll do 18. We'll do 18 rolls. We'll do half a set. 18 rolls we'll do. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna take the chips off of the stack after each roll, and that'll be our roll counter. Essentially, you won't see the chips until they're down. When I get down to the last 4 or 5, I'll let you know. I'll have the puck off, and what I'm gonna do here, because it's a tournament, we're gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna have both players come at this the same box number setup, but we're gonna come at it from opposite directions. So on a 20 or a $10 table, this player down here is gonna go 64 across. So we're gonna get him $5 for a nickel. And I'm gonna have him in the front going 64 across, and you'll see why this is going to be interesting in a minute. I hope this is interesting. Anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. All right. He's going to go 64 across, and he's going to mid press. He's going to mid press to glory. This guy's going to work his way up from the bottom. Okay. We might even take some of Waylon's work here, and maybe what I'll do here is I'll not ladder him up. We'll ladder him up. Well, this guy here will run a little ladder. He's going to ladder up, but he's going to do a full press, a full $10 press, the first 3 hits. Then we're going to go back. We're going to do a double regression and work our way up. This guy in the back is going to work backwards. So he's going to come out with 320. Okay, 1, 2, 320 bucks. Okay, let me get some greens here. Okay, we're going to go with 32 across here on the back side, right? So he's at 320. He's going to work from 320, and he's going to work his way down. So we're going to go ahead and take a hit and go from 320 to 160, from 160 to 64, and then he's going to work up. And he's going to mid-press up, no ladder. This guy here will have him ladder up. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because one player is going down, one player is working up. So same number coverage, right? This guy is on a tiered regression, the Duracell 8 style tiered regression. This guy here is on the Waylon's Way style progression, and he's going to power press the progression 3 times and get out. That's going to be how we play it. If you're thinking about this opposite style, right, me versus you, this is interesting because when the 7 comes, determines who wins here, right? They could both win, which is kind of cool. Who wins more? If you're playing as a team and it's John and Waylon at the table with, $1,500 a shared bankroll and we both win, that's kind of cool too. So this could be a team play thing or it could be a versus thing. And let's just get some rolls in here and see how this happens over 18 rolls and see if I can't remember how to play this right. There's an 8. We are working, by the way. There is no line bet here. Another rule for you to all to consider. Do you want to force somebody to be on the line? I feel like if it's your turn to roll, you should be forced to have a line bet. I think that's a part of the tournament, but you got to think about how this works. If I'm rolling as the dealer all the time, do we really need to have a shooter be declared as the shooter? Okay. I think it does matter who gets to bet first, and maybe that's why we do it, but does that person also need to have a line bet? So here we go. The first roll is an 8. I'm going to take my thing off there. This person here is going to get paid, not out of the rack. He's going to get paid 14 bucks. Okay. And we're going to go up $5 on every single one. $10 level, we're going to press every number by $5. There's my 6 and my 8. I'm going to bring this back to the rack, and we're going to bring out the extra cash. Everything gets pressed up by a nickel. So he's working his way up, full power press across the whole thing. This player here on this 8 is going to get paid 70 bucks. 60 pays 70, and we're going to regress it down to 160. So this player here is going backwards. The other player is going forwards, which makes this an interesting battle because if the 7 comes early, they're going to both be in different states of having a problem. There's the 8. Okay, here we go. And the point, by the way, is going to be 8. Hopefully you can see the puck. There's the 7. So case in point, player 1 in the front never collected. Matter of fact, they went backwards because they power pressed in and got beat. That was roll 2, by the way. The player in the back also gets beat, but they did pull some money back. So they're going to be in relatively okay shape. They pulled back 160 plus 70. They pulled back 230. They were out for 320. So they're down 90. This guy's also down. Let's reset the board. Now this guy here is going to do the exact same bet. He's going to go 320 across. He's not laddering. He's just going to keep on trying the same old thing. He's going to be that guy that is going to beat his head against the wall trying for those 2 hits. Now, this guy in the front here has to go up a level, right? We're going to go up, and I think we should go up a full level. If it's me, And I think Waylon would agree with this. He lost at 64. We're going to go 4 units across now. And we're going to go ahead and bump this thing all the way to the sky. So here we go. We're going to go up a full level. I need to get a bunch of reds here. This looks like 4 units, 20 bucks all the way around. And make sure I get this counted right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. He needs at least, I think he needs 150 to get out there. I think that's enough. Let me make sure I've got enough money here to do this. I may need to bump it up a little bit higher. This is where I got to get better at the dealing thing. So there's, okay, so he's going to need another 10 bucks. So we'll put that out here. I need 10 in white. All right, he's at $24 in here. 20 around the horn. And did I take? I did. Okay, so we're good. I'll make sure I keep the roll tracker correct. All right, so he's laddered up. This guy's same bet. Here we go. Let's get a new number. That'll be a 6, a hard 6. That was that next roll. Again, the 6 here is going to pay 70 for the player in the back. And again, he will regress himself down and get back to his rack with relative amount of safety. Player in the front, 24 is going to pay 28. Again, I'll pay that in reds and whites, 28. And again, he's going to go ahead and do a full. And again, I'm going to press it in units of 5, right? That's what we're going to go with, $5 units here to press. I'm not having enough money really to go much further than that. But let's bring everything up to the quarter level with that win. So we're going to go up here to 30 bucks on that. I'll clean that up. And the same here. This is going to go to 30. So we're going to have to drop another nickel out there. And I'll clean this one up. And he's pressed up to the same level as the other player, essentially, right? They're both now at the exact same level. If I clean all these up to quarters, you'll see that both players look the same. The difference is one player got down to this level, one player worked his way up to that level. So that's hit number 1 for both players. This player here at hit 3 is coming back to earth. There's a 3-2-5. Okay, this 5 here is going to pay 35. 25, 35. And again, what he's going to do here is just mid-press the number that hit. So we're going to take that and go to, I guess we'll add 15 bucks to it. Like so. He's going to add 15 to his 5. He's going to rack the other 20. Player in the front is going to take that 35 bucks. And again, I will pay him in all reds. And he's going to rock his front line here. Now he can do the whole thing from his wins, except for the 6 and the 8. Got to get a buck. He's at 36 there. And there we go. That's 2 hits on that system. So that's the next one off the stack. There's a 6. That's his 3rd hit on the system, which is good. So the 6 here is going to pay 35 for the player in the back, 25, 35. Okay. Again, he's going to go ahead and look at a mid press on this thing here. I'm going to have to change. Actually, we can just leave that out. We'll get him up. We'll rack the quarter. I'm going to drop a nickel, get some whites, and go up by 12 bucks. So there's him. He's mid press those 2 up. That's his 3rd hit here. This is 36. That's going to pay 42, 25, 35, 42 bucks. Okay. And he's got his 3 hits and is ready to retreat. Now he's got it done. He did his work. We're going to bring him back down to base. Okay. After 3 hits, I'm going to bring this guy all the way back down to 64 across. And now he can be an aggressive presser, right? He can actually even be done if he wants to, right? I'm not sure the right way to do this. If I was Waylon, how would he do it? But we're going to go ahead and come all the way down here I need one more nickel out of the rack. And he's in profit. This guy here now is in profit. He got his 3 hits, and he's bringing all this back. He's bringing back $200 or 175 back to his rack, which is great, right on that hit. That was actually, I didn't take the shot, by the way. That's great for him, right? He actually worked his way up, worked his way down, and now he's going to go. This guy here is going to be on the mid-press forever method. This guy here came down to this, right? And he's mid-pressed up 2 numbers now. He's working his way. He's working his way back as well. So now we are here. Yeah, I think I might have messed this guy up. I think I wanted to get him down to 64 before I brought him back up. He actually just regressed once and came up. So I think I misplayed this strategy. It doesn't matter here nor there. And there is a 6-4-10. All right. Oh, by the way, the point was 6. 6-4. Although you know what, the point was 6. We hit the 6. Puck was off. Now the puck is 10. I'm sorry. I'm doing too much talking here, not paying attention. There's a 10. That's the next roll. 10 here is going to pay 18. $18 here. We're going to press it by 5. We're going to rack the rest. This guy in the back here, 10 is going to pay 50 for 1. 50 for 2, actually. Sorry, 50 for 2. And we're going to go ahead and take that and press that right up. We're going to take this 25, actually. When I hit a 4 and 10 in a strategy like this, I'll take it in nickels, and I'll press them both up by 10. They work, to me, they work as a unit. Here we go, coming out. 5, 3, 8. Good roll, good roll. 5, 3, 8. Again, I'll take the roll tracker down. The 8 in here is going to pay, what are we on? $14. It's going to pay 12 pays 14 in the front. And again, he's going to go ahead and just start pressing that thing up. Press a little, take a little on that guy there. This guy here is at 35. Same thing that we did with the 6. We're going to give him 10. I'm going to get some change here for that. He's at 42. Next roll. That'll be another 8. Fan-freaking-tastic. All right, take that away. 18 is going to pay 21. And again, we're going to go ahead and get him up by 12. I'm going to take a buck out of my rack. We're going to mid-press him up by 12. Bring 10 back to the rack. That's going to make him look like 30. I'll clean that up. This guy in the back here is at 42. That pays 50 for 1. Like so. And again, I'm going to take half of that and bring this guy up to 60 and bring the rest back to my rack. So he's going to mid-press up to 60 on his 8. I don't know if I pulled the chip on this. I think I didn't. 4, 2, 6. Okay, so again, back here, 42 is going to pay 50 for 1. We're going to make that look like 60 and rack the rest. In the front, he's got 12 on that. That's going to pay him 14. Same as the 8. We're going to go ahead and press it by 1 unit and rack the rest. There's our roll. Six, 2, 8. Look at me go. Look at me go here. All right, so that's 30 to pay 35. Okay, and just like this guy was doing, we're going to go ahead and take that, add 2 to it, rack the quarter, and press this up. This is going to go to 42. This guy in the back is going to get paid 70 for that 8. That's going to look like 90. 70 goes to 90. That's going to pay 105. And if you know me, you know well enough by now, that's going to pay 105, where we're going to rack the black. If we can get another 8, we're racking that black. That's what's going to happen here. Okay, I'm taking my roll away, and here we go. I think I missed 1 or 2 of these. It's hard to do all that and talk at the same time. When we're dealing with actual players and we're just doing bets, this will be part of the process here. Again, I'm just kind of learning as I go. All right, so the 5 here is going to be interesting. So the 5 here pays 14 for the guy in front. So 10. Actually, we'll do 15 for 1. He's going to drop a buck and get paid 15. And again, for the first one, it's a single unit press. We'll bring back 10. The guy in the back has got 25, 35, 40 bucks on the 5. It's going to pay 54. We'll do 55. I'm sorry, 56. 56. Sorry, 55, 56 back here. And again, what I'll do here is I'll just make him look like 50 on the bet. We'll make it look like, no, we'll go to 75. We'll bump into 75 and bring back 21 bucks here. That's another one. That's a bigger inside press than I would normally do, but I want him to be racking blacks in that 5. I don't know if I pulled I got to get better at like rolling the dice, pulling the thing. I think we're good. All right, there's 628. 628. So guy in the front, he's at 42. That's a 50 for 1 payout for him. And we're going to make him look like 60 as well. He goes to 60 and he racks the rest. Okay, take the chip. Guy in the back, 8, pays 105. Same bet. Rack the black, same bet. Back here on that 8, which is beautiful. We have 5 rolls left, by the way. At some point here in a tournament, you're going to have to pull your bets down, right? At some point, you've got to figure, I got to run for cover. And at what point do you run for cover? When you got 5 rolls left, this is a tough call, a really, really, really tough call if you're playing heads up with somebody and you got to look at your rack and go, well, I'm pretty good here, right? This guy in the back is thinking to himself, he's got this licked. If I look at rack size versus rack size, I think there's no question who's winning right now, the guy in the back. This guy in the back, if it's me and I'm in a tournament play right now, I'm coming back. 64 across, please. And I'm bringing all this back right now to 64 across. That's my play in a heads up fashion. I'm locking in the win right here. 50, 65, and I'm bringing all this green back to my rack for the last 5 rolls. I'm going to force the other player to make a move. Now I actually just kind of peed in his cornflakes over here. This guy here has to make a move. Let's get the bets out here first. He's at 64. He's locked in a pretty solid profit here with the dollar change. Matter of fact, he's going to be in the front part of his rack. He's locked in. This guy's stoked, right? This guy in here, having seen that, has to make a call. What is he going to do right now? Because he's going to lose. He's got no shot of winning this game, right? Unless a miracle happens. With 5 rolls left, there's nothing he can do other than run for cover, go back to 64, take the L, right? Accept the loss, and play for that second round, which is going to be the 6 rolls at 150. That's his move, right? Lock up something, because if I win the second round, I have a third round to play, and at least I got some starting bankroll. If this guy decides to go all in, which he could do, just dump rack and get the whole thing out here, that's a play to try and do a quick bit of catch up. He puts himself at risk for round 3. Now, I'm going to be Mr. Aggressive. This guy here was passive, and he's basically giving me the finger. This guy here is taking everything down, and we're going to go, if we can afford it, we're going to go 320 across for a couple of rolls, and that's what's going to happen here. This guy here is going to go 320, and we're going to let it out and see what happens here. So that's going to be the play. He might even go more than that. We'll see. I might even go 640 for 1 roll here. I can afford to do it. It's 100, 100, 100, 100. I can do it. We're going to go 640 across. There's 100 on each. 120 and 120. So this guy here is going to bump it all up, not save. He's going to YOLO the last 5 rolls here. Maybe take 1 hit and come down, or 2 hits and come down to try and make this work. This guy here is going to just limp out the back, slip out the back, Jack, as we say. Here we go. Next rolls out. There's a 6, 4, 10, which changes the game. This is going to come off, right? This guy here, right? He gets his. We'll give him 20 for 2. Into the front of the rack he goes. This guy here at 100, he's going to get paid 200 for his vig, for his $10 vig, right? That or the $5 vig that goes away. $200 back to the rack. So he just leveled up in a big way. Okay, we're going to YOLO it one more time. He's going to take one more shot, maybe 2. We'll see. 5, 3, 8. That was an 8 that rolled, by the way, not a 9. That was an 8. So again, guy in the back, happy to take his little 15 for 1. 15 for 1. Out of his rack. Rack that up. Guy in the front with a $120 8 is getting paid $125, $140 going away. Okay, he just racked in a couple of $100 in 2 rolls. I didn't take the stick away there. Okay, decision time. Right, there's 3 rolls left. What do we do with our last 3 rolls? That's a tough call, right? Tough call. I'm gonna same bet that guy one more time. He's gonna roll the dice, literally, and it pays off. There's another 5, 3, 8, right? So here we are, this guy here again, he's gonna limp out the back. We'll do 15 for 1. 1 from the rack, $15. We're down to 2 rolls left. He's gonna rack this up. Guy in the front again, 125, 140 coming home. 2 rolls left. He's done his job. Coming down, right? He's gonna live to fight. We're gonna live to see what does the color up look like now. He's coming all the way down. He's gonna watch the last 2 rolls and look at the rack sizes now. Who's ahead now? Guess who just took the lead? YOLO guy. This guy here now is in trouble. He's looking at 6 blacks to 1. The greens look to be about the same size, and he's got money out here. So this guy here, by pulling back early and limping through this thing, scared of the 7, ends up getting beat in this round. So now all he can do is either the same thing. He can YOLO himself, right? That guy's declared it. He has 2 rolls left. The best he can do is come out here with something big or stay with his conservative style. He's going to pull back. I'm making this up as I go along. This is like narrating a story as in progress here. We're going to come back down there. He's going to do, we'll do for him, for the last 2 rolls, he's going to go, let's actually have him do this. Let's do a little horn action for him, trying to get some love in the end of the game here. There's an 8, which is a wasted roll. Last roll of the tournament is a 6. So here's a case where we never 7'd out, right? After the first early 7, never 7'd out. This guy loses, or these come back to his rack. So it was a shot in the dark there. We never 7'd out, which is good. It's weird, right? Because the game's going to end, and there's no end to it. But that's it. Let's get him counted up and see how those interesting moves that they made changed the game. So there's, give me a minute here to count these guys up. Won't take me very long. Let's get a nickel for that. Okay, so we've got 100, 250, so there's $250. If I take all the reds back. On the greens, this guy did really, really good. Let's see, he's got 1, 2 blacks, 3 blacks, and 3, 4, there's 500. He's basically, there's 500 there, and this is 475. So there's 475. If I take this out, That's the purple. So he's got $1,275. Not bad. $1,275, $1,290. That's pretty good with 750 starting, right? And getting whacked early. That's a pretty good win for this guy here. Guy in the back, he's got 500 out of the gate in black, which is kind of cool. His greens are going to be stacked. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 500. 500 in green. Plus 1 is 6. So he's already got 1,270. He's already beat him. There's 1,275 plus all the reds. So it wasn't an ass kicking, but look at how fast that game changed, right? And again, in a casino with your own actual money, I'm not sure you make those same moves, right? But again, in a tournament with some fake money, you can be a little bit extra. There's 150, by the way. You can be a little bit extra aggressive because you have the ability to do that, right? There's 150. Actually, that's going to be another 100. So this guy here walks away with 14 1/4 versus 1275 or 1290. Interesting, right? That super move that we made at the end there to go all in could have crushed us, right? It could have let that guy be toast for round 2 of that tournament for the second round. But now what's happening is this guy here, and again, we'll put their money in their rack because that's going to be their round 3 money plus his pennies obviously have to get paid. 5, 10. All right, there's 10. So this is their round 2 or their round 3 money should there be a round 3. Now we come out with 150, right? So 150 bucks. 150 bucks. This is the new bankroll for round 2. Now it's prove it time, right? And this player here is in the lead. He gets to go first. It's a 6-roll thing, round 2, 150. I'm not gonna roll it out because of time here, but let's come back to the table and talk about what y'all just saw. So let's see what we think of that basic setup like that. Let's see, everything on the, I'm looking at you guys commenting on what's going on in the thing. So yeah, let's come back and talk. What time is it? Is it past 9 o'clock? It is. And I think I started that. Oh man, I didn't look at the start time. Shoot, we should have done that. We should have noted. I'll go back and watch the video and see what time I started that roll. I really wanted to know how long did it take me to get through the 20 rolls. I think it took about 20 minutes, roughly 20 minutes. This next 6 rolls here would only take about 10 minutes. So that could put us at a half an hour. I think it's going to be 45 minutes or so to get through a full match. At 26 or 20, 12, 20, 10, and 6 or whatever it's going to be, maybe 20 in the first roll, 10 on the second roll, and 6 in the last roll would be the right amount of things. Don't know. Anyway, that's how it looks. So in the chat, I'm going to go search for comments here and to see PC. Let's see. No, nothing there. Let's do accuse. Any questions that I need to address here? Let's see. Don't have a table like AZ is paying double in the field. No, I'm not going to do anything weird. I'm not going to do this Waylon, anything goofy. Straight up rules, I think, is how we do it. Unless you want to have a mulligan. Mulligan's a weird thing, but it makes it kind of interesting. So that's that. What did y'all think? Give me some notes here in the chat. I'm going to go to the bottom here so I can see the latest stuff. Sorry for the eyes being off. Midmoya, yes, it got fixed. You know how it got fixed? I fixed the damn thing. When I took it apart when it first broke, tried to fix it, and I was still getting error codes on the front of the machine. It was like flashing lights and it wouldn't turn on or nothing. Unplugged it, let it sit there for 9 days. The guy comes, finally gets it fixed. He comes out to fix it. Nothing was wrong with it. All his diagnostics, everything checked out perfectly. I'd flushed all the hoses out, totally worked. And you know what ended up happening was it was a leak sensor, and because it had just leaked, it was wet. I cleaned out all the hoses, it was all good, but it still thought it was wet and leaking, so it wouldn't turn itself on. After 9 days, the water dried up, the leak sensor reset itself, and the dishwasher's fine. So $100 and some for nothing. So, but I'm happy. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking that too. 20, 10, and 6 gets the full 36 rolls. That's exactly my thought there, OPC. So there it is. Yeah. Oh, great. You're going to test it out timing-wise? Perfect. So do 20, 10, and 6 if you can do it. Do you all think that 10 for this next shot here, right? So if I go back to that heads up thing, do we think that 10 with 150 is 10 enough? 10 rolls enough? Making 150 at the $25 level last for 10 rolls is going to be hard. If you get hit early, it's going to be tough. I think that's really a good challenge, a good mental challenge for somebody. And then the last 6 rolls with all the bankroll you got is going to be a race to the finish. That's good. It's going to be fun. Let's see you do it. I can't wait to watch it. Let me know over Discord when you're going to do this, and make sure you pre-publish the time so we can all come watch. I want to see that today for sure. Old number 7, you had COVID, huh? That sucks. I didn't even know you had COVID, dude. Sorry about that. Glad it's gone. Hopefully you're up and about. I got a couple of work friends that picked it up this week too. So funny, the new COVID is funny because some people get massive migraines from it and some people just get all chest cold. It's your symptoms, that virus somehow finds your weak, whatever you're most weak at, it seems to figure it out and get it. All right, there you go. Waylon's gonna play the steak and shrimp, baby. Right, and that's kind of what I did here, right? The 3 power presses in there did it. And regress back down again. So I think that actually worked out well. The aggressive move at the end was a choice, right? That was a tough one. Again, I don't care about the strategy we played today. I want you to think about this, right? Player 1 beats player 2 by like $150, which is great. They get to go on. Imagine having this as a team today. If it was me and Waylon playing on our shared bankroll, right? We both basically doubled our bankroll today. One coming from the top down and working up, one coming from the bottom and power pressing all the way to the sky, right? We both ended up as a team making money if we were playing team play and coming at it from different directions. Same numbers, different directions. Kind of a fun way to look at it. I think this always makes me excited when things work out. If that was a bunch of 7s, that would have been awful. That would have been awful. Louis, I will be in AC next week, but not on Wednesday. I fly in on Wednesday. We've got family events, stuff going on probably through the weekend. My guess is I'll be down in AC on the weekend, which probably sucks because of the high minimums, but I don't know yet. We haven't even decided where yet, but I'll be there. Yeah, I gotta go to work, OPC. I had no meetings this morning, so I'm good. There we go. All right, I think that's good. There you go, Wasted. That's awesome. Steak and shrimp. I love it. That was a fun rollout today. So Chris and Mike are going to do a live rollout today, which is great. Get a sense of timing if you can do it. And don't go fast, but go at a good pace. I talk too much when I'm doing this because I'm trying to explain what I'm doing, but you guys just go. Let's get a good sense of timing with this thing. And maybe by next Friday or the Friday after, we can do it for reals. So, all right. Y'all have a great day. I am going to get to work. Fun show today. Thanks for joining in. As always, love it. Love y'all. Do your thing, right? Hit the like button and share the videos, right? We got to get, remember, Pro Craps is at 2,000 subscribers. This channel is at like 350. So we got to get Casino Gaming TV up over the hump here and start getting the ability for people to do the donations live during the shows. Those are what we want. We want to see live donations. All right, get out of here. Y'all have a good day. I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Bye.